All right, welcome to the program. My name is Mankota. You are watching the TPN TV and Radio Network coming to you live from the United States of America. Today we get a very packed, discussion where we want from both to we viewers and we listeners. Let me just bring Ahmed Kano the call. So, ladies and gentlemen, we all know say so many stuff don't happen. We need for discuss, and we get Americano. Okay, we get for discuss some of them here. Very very important because at the end of the day, it is not about what you may think or what anybody think. It is about waiting we all for do for make the country a better country. Waiting. Every Sierra Leonean, irrespective of your political belief system, what you supposed to do, your contribution towards, the development of that country. It is very, very important for me to do that because if we not do that now, we may probably go out of time. The way I see things that they go in our country, we all have that obligation, that responsibility for make. We think, we sit down and think. The way I see right now, according to the ways probably I need for bringing my laptop also for the one the way then a Facebook way go once for give comments. So what are they try for talk? The way things are going at the country. You talk about the instability, the disturbances, the incitement, all the anger. Everybody is just out of proportion. We are all out of proportion. And until we realize that, say, Sierra Leone, now a country. Sierra Leone, nobody know they come. For can make them for we. Forget about international community. Or this, that, everything where they hear about international community. Now people they wouldn't understand waiting at the objective of the international community. That they absolutely they rely on for say the international community they can make them a better country. No, it is not. For some of who were in the diaspora for a very long time, where they follow, international politics, geopolitical, activities na the world, we know say international community get nothing to do with trying for make your country the way you want them. No, then they make your country the way they want for make you live your life. So this is very very important. Hold on. You are already in Facebook.
A better country.
Hold on.
No, it is not.
Yeah, so the international community where we all rely on, say, na in they make we country better, na in they bring prosperity in the country, it is a figment of we imagination. If you not able to make your house, you rely on somebody else for make you your house, you go sleep na door. And when rain come, now you suffer. Because that person they making your house, and you rely on that person there for make your house. This is the misconception we get now. Na salon. And that make quick we say the international community the way they call it, they make disturbances. The disturbances the way don't go throughout the past couple days or even weeks and even years now. It is very very concerning for every Sierra Leonean. We like in country. About a couple of weeks ago. We have an attempted prison break, or we call them prison riots. And we discussed about that in this program, I think it was last week or so, in details, trying to bring, awareness to people then. Trying to shut down certain way we call agitators them. People the way they agitate stuff, people the way they instigate stuff. But the way I see, it seems like we are heading to a very, very unfortunate circumstances again. We are predictors. We they predict. That's what we they do. We they predict things where they happen because of certain markers them where we they identify. You know. Then after that, a lot of people then come in and say, well, the president not say anything, even when he make a statement for the lockdown, we happened, we just done a couple days back. So it's supposed to be not talk about the prison break we been take place on that country there. Well, yesterday the president came out and gave a speech, and we try for identify certain markers them where we want to discuss with, and I go try for put the markers then there na the screen, so we all go look at them and try for identify waiting the president actually they try for do, because the reactions the way I don't see so far social media it vary, and it is unfortunate like some all the reactions the way I don't see has to do with political, bickering. Me na APC, so therefore are they against this speech no matter what thing? Me na SLPP, so therefore are they in favor of this speech no matter what? These are some of the things we all get for understand. These are the markers then where we all get for talk about and see, is the speech really brings statements. Okay, hold on. For the lockdown, we just done. Is that the situation? At the screen. Is that the situation where we want for put ourselves? So let me give Una some of them markers then there, and I will try for bring me commentators there. Now we discuss on that. So some of the president's speech, the first marker where I identify, the president come out and say, oh, come on. Social media. The president come out and say, I have asked all citizens to contribute to the building of our institutions. That's not the first marker. We discuss what down they mean. And the other marker where I see is say journalists and civil organizations speak freely. Another marker. And it also talks say the international community continues to engage the country. The fourth marker is when Ebola ravaged our nations, I did not wait to be called. And it also say I invited all APC leadership to State House to discuss the triggers of conflict in our nations. So, and specifically, he blamed the opposition candidates when Dr. Samura for most of the disturbances then where they happen at the country, and he talked about the planning, the financing are all done by the opposition leadership. Some of the opposition leadership, according to what he said. And lastly, he said he don't order insecurity and intelligence services for making them take tougher action against anybody where they cause problem. He said because the country, Bashir, I will call you, I know they accept incoming calls, so I will call you Bashir. So, he said he don't order the intelligence and security for make them take tougher action against anybody we want to disturb the peace. These are some of the markers then we are found out. We will start with hello,
Mr. Mankocha. Can I say something quick amongst the markers? Because what is more prevalent in the media, I'm sorry, fellow listeners or commentators, I just want to give us. What is more prevalent is the use of the word terrorism.
I did come, yeah, exactly. I did come
yeah,
on that
please,
because now
You have
just
reached the voicemail box
oh,
of
okay.
210
Hold on, let me remove Bashiru.
3051
Hold on.
I think that's the most important.
Yeah. You're right.
The speech.
You're totally right. Bashiru, don't call. I will call you. You know, I know they accept incoming call. I will call you. Okay? Don't call. I don't try to reach you, but if you're gonna voicemail, do not call, please. Just hold on. I don't see you. You call. I disconnect you. I try to call you. It seems like you are still trying to call. Okay. Yeah. These are not just some of the now summary no more. When we start for talk in details, then we go to terrorism. You're right. Terrorism. The president actually mentioned the word terrorism more than 3 times. Now,
You have reached the voicemail box of 2106305.
Okay. Bashiru, until you wait for me, if you either call me, they try for call you, they go to the voicemail. You just have to wait for me. Let me call you. Okay, please. Let me call you. I know say you want to can contribute, so just wait. Let me call you. Okay? All right. So it is very, very important. These are these are markers, you know, and within the markers, now we get the details where we get for talk about, you know. Now, we start with the first marker. I have asked all citizens to contribute to the building of our institutions. What in the president they try for talk about? What in the president they try for tell we for say? He don't ask every citizen for make a join them for nation building. What did they try for talk about? One thing where I'll first of all want for discuss on that. Number one, you as a president, when you say you don't call everybody for nation building, but the people them, the foundation of that nation building, then they try for sack most of the people that will get the knowledge, the experience for nation building. They sack them people then they. It doesn't matter whether arbitrarily or legalistically. That is also undermine nation building because the person where they bring come, that person they either an inexperienced person, if not inexperienced person, that person they get for learn where they say on the job learning first. How long that a get for take that person there for me it become effective for the nation building when they talk about. This is one of the mistakes where the presidents do. And it's gonna sack a lot of people them. We have to be frank here. This media is an independent media. A lot of we are APC members. But the media itself is an independent media. And Eskroma sack a lot of people, we know that. But the differences between an Eskroma and Madabio, and Eskroma they do under undercover. And not to a nuclear sack he made for say, I did clear everybody. Where Madabio do, where he make a prevalence to a lot of people there. And Eskroma they sack small. As he sack, they put in on people the way it was in. As he sack small. So a lot of people they not be know say, indeed, and Eskroma they do what Madabio they do so. The difference is, okay, now since Bashiru is no longer calling, so let me call Bashiru again. Since and Eskroma they do in a very, very methodological way. A lot of people they not understand say, yes, indeed, a lot of people they may sack them during the time of Anes by Koroma. It happened, and every government they do them. But the problem with Madabio gets.
You have reached the voicemail box of 2106.
Bashiru, I don't try for reach you. I cannot reach you, and please let me go. If you you phone, they try for go na voicemail, and then you need for change them, or otherwise it will be a big problem because I'm not going able to reach you out. I know say you don't call several times for you make your contribution. Make sure you're not in a phone again, because if you didn't have phone, where are they calling you? It go directly to the phone. All right. If let me make sure. If you don't hearing me broadcast, just type now the comments so as see say yes you ready. Okay. Just type in the comments for make I know say you ready. As I did say, it is very, very important for make we try this time, okay? We have to be, there must be some people that win a level-headed people. If everybody angry, all sides are angry, then tell me, would I get for prevent problem? Nobody. Because everybody angry. So there must be people where then say the middle people, then we level-headed. And we know, say, yes, these people are actually the people where they put senses to, they hate the way they don't want so much. So that's not my point that one they try for make. You understand? And the school might be sack people then. We all know that. But the way Ibn do them, okay, but should they call again? Oh, now hold on, let me just tell them now the other line. Bashiru, just hang up and they call you back. Just hang up. All right. So every government around the world, they do the same thing. Here in the United States, we know a lot of Obama in supporters there, in workers there, the one that we are appoint. A lot of them not in that government there. Okay? A lot. But in a country where the illiteracy is about 60%, the poverty is about 80% or even probably more, and the desperation is about 100%. You as a skilled, experienced leader, you get from the way they do things. That's not the mistake way that one they do. So you're not going to say, I don't call everybody for nation building, then they sack people there, they bring in people there, they cause problems. That's one of the problems the way it gets. And the second marker way we've been talking about, let me put on when it say the journalists, the slash when Sierra Leone Association of Journalists and other civil organizations then they talk freely in the country. They say then they talk freely. Well, I want to acknowledge that CS I don't see major crackdown on journalism yet. Yes, I don't see too major. Does that mean there are no incidents where they rough journalists and they beat journalists? No. But when you look at the scale in which social media has aggravated the situation of the country, and you look at the way the country, actually the governments, they manage them information and they, whether now journalists them or now ordinary people them. Yes, I want to acknowledge yes, there is no increase in journalist brutality at the country. So I acknowledge that side, you understand? Indeed. And the international community where the president they talk about, say they're still engaged. Well, that's to me, it's a kind of say, you see, even though when they try for the stuff for make the international community discourage and other stuff, they are still engaging. These are all political words for assure certain members of the government and certain section of the country for say, irrespective of what people then they talk about, yes, the international community still gets confidence in me. These are political statements. We understand that. The other thing we talk about, he talk about when Ebola ravaged our nation, I did not wait to be called. Well, yes, it might be. It might be. But for sure, we understand, say, when Ebola happened, Madabio actually was called by President Anesbai Koroma. And President Koroma actually give Madabio money for make it go around the country. So that's not a disingenuous, statement that one day, because we know that, yes, indeed, even President Koroma do under political, circumstances or not, but he was called by the president for making it come. And what he make the president be actually called Madabio, because at that time, Kande Yumkela been go around the country. During the Kande Yumkela was still a contending candidate for the SLPP. And we all know, say, the APC was so afraid that if Kande Yumkela become the nominee of that SLPP party, the APC will not have won the election. That was now we concern that one they will be get. And Kande Yumkela been go around the country, they go and meet people them. So the government or Anesco must sit down and say, if Kande Yumkela continue for do that thing and there is no opposing side or contending side, then what happened? The people then will likely like Kande Yumkela. We don't say Kande Yumkela na orator. We know that now somebody will sabi talk. And when they meet some of them people then the reactions the way the president been see, it was very, very concerning to him for saying, well, this might be a threat to the politics of the country. So what did it happen? Now he called Madabio. He come, he give Madabio money, he give security, he give motoka them for make Madabio with the convoy and they go around the country, let's say for go and campaign. Yes, it was actually planned to deter Kande Yumkela. But for the president to say, when Ebola was ravaging the country, he not be wait for make them call up. Na income. That was actually not true. So I want for what they call that. And for some people, the way they don't understand, I think say today, like Kuta do explain so, then go able to confirm them. They say yes, indeed. Madabio was called when he been in London, was called by President Anesbai Koroma. He gave money, he gave security, he gave vehicles them for in convoy them. So that was exactly what happened. The president, I think, he make mistake here. It might be a genuine mistake, but it was a mistake. It was not true at all. So now, I say he invites the leadership of the APC party to State House. Indeed, the president invited the leadership of the APC party to State House. And this is where I also have to come hard to on my own party. If you remember, at the time when Anesbai Koroma won the election in 2007, forget about 2012, because that time he did not be president and I just re-election. But in 2007, at the time when the APC party was still weak, because the SLPP was still in power, may God forgive Berewa, the late Berewa, when Naina been the candidate we contend against the APC party and Anesbai Koroma. Berewa been get the power. Berewa been get everything for make he resist, for make he make the APC party of Anesbai Koroma ungovernable. But he did not do that. He did not do that. What did he do? Even in people that all down for say, let we not agree. Now I get high respect for Berewa. For say yes, indeed, he been desperate for power. But I think he been lack in country more than in power. Where he been want forget. Now, when you compare that to Dr. Samura, the idea that, because now even Madabio mentioned the statement where Dr. Samura make for say, if they not conduct the election free and fair, it make the country ungovernable. And ironically, this was the guy who was in power as threatening for say if you not conduct the election free and fair, it make the government's way they come ungovernable. And maybe it said something out of anger or out of vexation or out of it not be actually mean. But it seems his statement is becoming more and more a reality. Now that make you as a leader, what you talk, whether during the time of anger or during the time of peace, you have to measure your statement because it will come back and haunt you. And Madabio specifically mentioned that. That's not a signal. I want to make the APC party be very careful. This not a signal where Madabio don't give. Is it that Samura now instigate this? We don't know that. I don't think Samura actually instigating this. I don't think that at all. But the fact that because he did not say something, and now we see disturbances, now then they try to relate Madabio to Samura to the disturbances where they go on. So that is very, very bad. And specifically, the president mentioned, say, there are people within the APC party where they finance. This is very, very big. This is very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. He said, this is an accusation where we therefore sit down and try to think that maybe let we ask more questions, what it actually it mean and how it gets, whose evidence where it gets. Because the president say, say there are people within the APC leadership where they, incite, finance, and plan the disturbances where they go on. Maybe the president, he get intelligence past everybody, right? Now the country. So he gets intelligence, but we would need more evidence to that. If that is the case, yes, indeed, we would need more evidence to that. Okay. Peter Hindover told me I will come to you. They come to the comment the way they come now on social media. But let me just do me monologue. Then they bring we commentators them. So that's now number two. The second thing, way very very important. The president in his statement don't begin as use the word terrorism more than 3 times now in statement. Terrorism. This is very very important for we brothers and sisters. Then take very carefully. Then look at very carefully. Terrorism. This they bring me to we innocent Sierra Leoneans where they claim all what he get want for do for make he go sell the market, he come and can cook for him people them and eat. These are the innocent people them. The youths there where they don't get a job for do. Somebody go give them 10,000-20,000 loans for making go throw stone. They look at the implication of that stone where it throw to in your life and to in your community. And the last one where I want to talk directly to we brothers and sisters back home, the youths them, where they go around the country or around the north, they go and destroy properties them. You are not destroying Madabio. I want for make una understand that very carefully. Not to Madabio una they destroy. Madabio in house, nobody know they touch him at all. Nobody knows touch Madabio. So if somebody who lives in the United States or in Europe is telling you, go burn police station where they now you own town for make sure say security there for una. You go burn that police station there, you feel saying a Madabio they do? You feel saying that the SLPP they do? No. Now your own community they destroy. Because there will be no police station. And if there is no police station, there will be no police for make sure say that town there is secure. So you see the stupidity where a lot of times we do now against ourselves. So please, Before I bring in the commentators, them, please, the youths, them, please. Una na the features, then na the features just then na that country there. Let nobody no tell you say go stone somebody, go kill somebody, or go burn houses them. In the America na ya, or in the Europe, in people they probably then they are all. You don't go ever go na salon for go help you for burn that house there, for burn that police station there. Because when they begin shoot, it's safe. Na in house na ya, it's safe. Then now they go suffer the consequence. Please, now this I get them on. Now let me bring in my commentators them. We will start with Mr. Abdul. Mr. Abdul, looking at the situation at Salon today, what are you take?
Well, let me begin with the last segment where we talk on terrorism. It is rather unfortunate the president used that word, having lived in developed countries, having staff members that have lived and schooled in developed countries, and including even some of us here in this radio station right now. Then that begs the question whether the demonstrations the way they happen at the world, in different parts of the world, where then they church down institutions, nobody's condoning it. And clearly, like what you state about our youth, we have to condemn it to the strongest term, that they not for do that. But if citizens take to the streets, here in America, some of us not be non kaya it, but we were told, if you listen to the History Channel, that during the Vietnam War, government buildings were burned down. I mean, some students were killed at Kent University in Ohio. I beg the word terrorism was not mentioned. So unless somebody want to be a narrow-minded for say, wait till they happen at Salon about the student, those kids going up and down, like what happened at Lonsar. And I'm happy the president, Nami Village, he mentioned when he said what happened in Lonsar. And for it go, now they didn't take me Belen, and they me mama and me papa born. So I'm happy he mentioned that because one of the houses destroyed. Now me, mama, his small brother, in house, then broke the glasses, and they go inside for do something just because of this fiber optic. So I constantly in charge of that place for know what is happening there. But to use the word terrorism, I think he went a little bit overboard. Let's he could have used a way for describe waiting the incidents here and there where they happen, Tombo, Lonsar, Foredigo, and perhaps potential ones the way they get for comeback, and if conditions not put in place for something happen. But the word is too strong, and I hate to bring in what Bobo say, but like perhaps the president's intelligence and the advisor feel by using the word terrorism, which the Western world no one for Yeri, maybe he will get sympathy, I mean, but that's a little bit of exaggeration. Going to the point, you don't church on them, so I will not bore you. And I hate to say, which I hope I'm not going to be arrested, that the president lied, that he was not called upon for camp. And as you clearly mentioned, Mr. Makola, that it is on record that even Yom Kela on interviews in Sierra Leone, when they say, why the president not see you don't hear over 1 week, when they say, now let me go, the president Kuruma busy, na mi party, as you say, Yom Kela na orator, they downplay the thing. Only for Madam View to fly into Freetown today. The next morning was ushered in a state house. Things change. So now I think, Vankota, your party, the onus is on them now. Because this is a very serious issue, a national security issue. The onus is on them now, unless if it will just bring a can of worm, for let them refute what the presidency, expose them if he lied, that now that he don't challenge, because he clearly don't challenge the past government say, Anes Kuruma not call me, now me sit down in England, I'm in the room, I listen to BBC about what is happening, I take me to food, I buy tickets, I jump a can salon, I take me your hand money. Don't forget, Fatima always don't say, we worked for 22 years in the United Kingdom. So use part of that money, rent cars in Sierra Leone, plus some SLPP party that I work at the country for sensitize me people there. Now, when Mara mentioned in the tape too, he said, I work at the country, well, he didn't go all over the country. He went to his stronghold. I have no evidence that substantiates for say the president go now even Kabbalah or even go Kambia or even go Burka. So sometimes when we speak, we have to put the semantics out and jump into really.
So before you go further, let me just, because what he talks on now a very, very important point for sayers. Now the APC government, the former government, now and Eskroma specifically, this is a challenge to them for say yes, indeed, Madabio they not been get anything, because if you look at the social media, Peter Hindova to me just challenge me, say. Let me read exactly what Peter Hindova to me just writes, since we are not able to see him, because the social media. He say when and how much an Eskroma give money to President Bio. That is misleading statement, Mr. President. That is misleading statement, Mr. President. Give us any proof of your statement. Thanks. You see, these are some of the things. Maybe the president, I'm talking about the former president, not the comment, because they were some of we were been in at the APC party. We know say that was actually the case. The president give Madabio. But a lot of people do not know. Maybe it will say, let's leave it this way. But if we are transparency is concerned, you may say, no, yes, indeed, I give him money, because President Bio is telling us that he was never called by anybody. Now, in just grab, he go do stuff, and go ahead, continue. For me to go to the next person.
So therefore, like all the other stuff the way the president mentioned, even some other statement, which I believe one could read it differently, that it may have been taken out of context. Where some others say, I will create all sort of problem. We even go as far as criticizing the election monitors. For say some of them, perhaps this is their first place to monitor election. I have monitored elections in some part of Africa. It's how create all sort of problem. The difference here, even though all presidential candidates, with the exception of Bereva and Eskroma, like you alluded earlier on, Eskroma have said the same thing. It's on record. Madabio himself have said the same thing on record. The difference here is they use the same word Samura said, maybe in a different connotation, only that skirmishes of problems here and there don't ever take place in a salon.
Exactly. That's the point.
Because perhaps I'm not defending an Eskroma APC, like how you alluded, there was not this public outcry scene of oppression, intimidation. Perhaps if that had happened, maybe an Eskroma would have made the same statements. Madabio in 2012 promised that I will create, if the election is called otherwise, I will create all sorts of problems. Like you alluded, Amex was sacking people, yeah, but he was doing it in a very, hand and glove something, But when you put all this in context, you will see that, again, it's some kind of vengeance, revengeful, revenge, avenge is perpetrated within the core of the power. I mean, the power is now, as we understand, is now even divided. You have the core power. Wow. Where they ferment this revenge, and they'll do this and do that and all that kind of stuff. It's not going to burn fine picket. And you will push the people there. I don't know Bob Marley record. I don't even remember again. You reach your point, people and go just, giving. Like how you say in the beginning, we'll be the talk for us. Let's pray these things, then try for put a lead on the thing. President Bio is the president of the nation. He should be magnanimous enough, because I don't win. Now for swallow the people, like how people are saying that in me. Now for Lidom, almost so Bobinaya, and all that. To be honest, unless someone wants to be an hypocrite, wants to be, I hate to use that word, maybe it's a strong word, I apologize, wants some sideways that I just hate this other side, they are no good, because if you give enormous power to people like Lima, where say is very revengeful, you listen to his interview. I know my brothers and sisters are doing a very good job. I don't blame them. Maybe only a few of them that have actually gone to Western journalism school. But most times when they conduct these interviews, they don't ask follow-up questions.
All right, Mr. Abdul, let me come back to you because of time. Let me come back to you. Let me go to Mr. Kabo. Mr. Kabo, Mr. Abdul don't get about 5 minutes talk. I will give another 5 minutes, and I will come after I go round. I will come back to Mr. Abdul for making continue anything we get for the video because of time. I will give 5 minutes. Go ahead.
Right. Good afternoon, fellow commentators and listeners all over the world. It's rather unfortunate that we have to find ourselves in this situation this morning or this afternoon, wherever you find yourself. The first thing I want to comment here is a bit more so on the term terrorism mentioned a couple of times in the speech by the president. I believe myself and I am not APC, I'm not an SLPD. This is Cargo from New York. I'm actually not an Itimni for that matter. And I am in support of the government because it is the government of the day. And no matter what it is, he has the mandate, the people have given him the mandate to be the president of the country. And I have to give him my total support. Terrorism is not new to patriots like me because I believe if Mankota could recall, and some of the commentators or those listeners, I have mentioned this word maybe early last year, against Jibril Bangura, when Mankota commented that has not reached to that point yet. This is terrorism to the highest degree, what is happening today, because we already know a leader has declared himself by the name, I don't like to mention him actually, because it's nothing to me. It's just, but he's causing trouble, so as such we have to mention him. A leader has declared himself as a leader of a movement, and the youth of Sierra Leone, he's the leader of the movement, and he even has a code, which when they call the phone, you say, "Good day, Sierra Leoneans." And those are acts of terrorism. We know that. And the code also has an answer. And those answers are embedded with so many things that follows. And I have condemned that. And I have seen terrorism ever since for the past 2 years Marabio took office. And this terrorism is perpetrated not by no other lesser person but the APC supporters and the APC themselves. Now, we've had a meeting in London where Chairman Maju was present. We had an executive member of the branch in London who asked the question, when and how will Madadio be taken care of or be killed, to be specific. And that is terrorism. And we have seen that terrorism manifested by the then Minister of Internal Affairs by the name of Paulo Conte. That is a link of that. We've seen Jibril Bangura calling people to burn houses, to kill the police, to do this, and it hasn't happened. We've seen people like Evangelist Samson. We've seen William of Red Movement, Red State Movement or whatever, Emmanuel of Red State Movement, with, of course, Adebayo 1,000 times. And in fact, he's the talk of the Sierra Leone now. And we've seen where he has called for a riot in Lonsara, and it happens. And he called, even admonished the people of Tombo and the people of Sierra Leone to see what Lonsara has done, and it has happened. And we've seen all this trend. There's nothing more than terrorism. We live in the Western world. We shouldn't be hypocrites to what terrorism is. Terrorism is terrorism, no matter. You cannot change it in any form or shape. Anyone who perpetrates such acts is a terrorist. And thank God, going back to the security alert system, we found out that the security are on the alert, and I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, fellow comrades, especially those...
you get 30 seconds, Mr. Kabu.
That the security will shoot you on sight when you perpetrate any form of disturbances in the country. That is definite, and I assure you that you will be shot on sight if you cause anything in Sierra Leone.
I think, Mr. Kabu.
Listen. I am not joking with you. Starting from yesterday, I know what I know, and I'm telling you what I know. Starting from yesterday, when this speech was read, you burn a police station, you kill a civil servant or a citizen, you kill a police, you burn people's property, you will be shot on sight. You are terrorist.
Okay.
And we have seen that these are the acts of terrorism. We know that.
Okay, Mr. Gabo.
Hold on.
No, you turn them down. They come back to you. Listen.
Direct money transaction.
Yeah, I've been giving you 5 minutes, Mr. Gabo. Hold on. They come back to you. You still a talk, but I've been giving you 5 minutes. I just want to be a little bit balance a little bit. Yeah, I know we'll balance everything, but at least. All right. One of the things I just want to say here right now is I don't think we don't reach to a point wherein begin shoot people there on the spot. That will not reach that stage date. But there is no way would they tolerate somebody for going and burn people in their house. That is clear. If you burn somebody in their house, would they hold you? When I say we, I mean the entire Sierra Leoneans. Would they hold you and would they prosecute you? Would they prosecute you because Mr. Gabo, you turn down. So would they prosecute you and put you in a jail? But for shoot on the side, if the person no hold any weapons,
well,
so we know we do. But now we go to Bani, go ahead. You got 5 minutes. I don't see you now. Somebody way they talk on the point, and I know see no way able done the 5 minutes. So, but go ahead quickly.
I will try to be 5 minutes. First and
please don't do that.
I welcome everybody on board. And second of all, we talk about. Let me go as fast as I can. We talk about intimidation. We talk about incitement. My brother right here is inciting the situation. We ask ourselves question: why the kids them burn properties and buildings? Incidents like this and statements like this would make any young kid with no weapon burn down institutions then, period. Second of all, we ask ourselves question, why is it the kids go burn down government property? There is no government property that's maintained or in proper site. When you illegally arrest young boys and sisters them of the future with no due process, what do you want them to do? Now, the government of today, the president is ashamed, he acts like a little girl, he go on the defense, he go categorically, they challenge people that will not get no problem with them. Let's go forward. I don't care if Samura said, I'll make this country ungovernable. Anyone on this program can tell me any incident where they don't see Samura go cause any havoc, or any incident where Samura don't go incite anybody. Those people are going after their peaceful lifestyle. And second of all, they have right as politicians to say that. All of these politicians say these things. Madam Bio himself who said that she has said those things before. Now, then you talk about the pointing finger at Adebayo. Is this president or the government of the day running government through social media by Adebayo? Yes, Adebayo become important because he become the voice of the people. Nobody speaks for the people the way they suffer every day. That is why he capitalized. But if the government of the day should have ignored him and focused in doing their job, we're not going to get this kind of problem. And it's me, what are they talk say? Shoot inside. Him and Adebayo, who are they inside? I'll leave it at that point. Maybe we'll come back and go able to tell me. And let the panel decide who inside right here. Adebayo or this man they talk say shoot inside. When the president, when he categorically, let us say this not get nothing to do about politics. And Eskoroma sit down peacefully. He don't have nobody. He say Eskoroma can make statement. And Eskoroma don't have no business to make no statement. He's not in governance. If I may come out, step up and say, I'm going to make a statement. These things happen. That thing happen is not right. Then what thing they go say? They go say, and Eskoroma inside again. So what do these people want people to do? What do they go suggest to the Sierra Leoneans them? And some of the viewers and the commentators them, where they participate, let we point finger. We have to put pressure to the government of today. Because what they do, don't let all we government they slack in that country, they get away to murder. So this time going forward, Marabio, not Marabio, we have to put pressure on them. So nobody should tell Marabio. Marabio not even come on that. Look in the first place. Under the coat of arms, the national anthem they play is on a chair. Look how embarrassing all of those nonsense are. And then second of all, people's lives were lost at the prison. Innocent boys them. Nobody break prison. Nobody was creating riots. These people were not, they were running up and down to survive. Running away from bullets. Nobody was doing anything out of place that they were challenging this presidential guard with guns and ammunition. So the point is, Marabio, the president not even come said, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for the life of those people. He not even say that. Then who don't have right mind? This president here, I'm telling you something. When they wait for Alec, can I also go come to when the strength of Sierra Leone? We will get voice for speak. When we come, we will speak with them, face to face. That's what's going to happen going forward.
Okay. Thank you very much. I tell you, you still get about 40 seconds, but that's good. But I want to make sure say.
40 seconds. I will take me 40.
Go ahead. You still get 40 seconds. Go ahead.
One of the things I've been advocating is we have to speak to these people when they come to this country. Going forward from now on, they will never speak to us. We will speak to them. That's all I'm going to say.
Thank you very much. Let me. This is exactly what I was talking about in my monologue. Now you see the exhibition of Sierra Leoneans, the anger, the I don't know how I describe them, but the type of mentality we will get in our country. First of all, the government of the day has the largest responsibility. I have no doubt on that. They have the largest responsibility for make sure say things are going well in the country. But at the same time, the opposition also bear responsibility for make sure say stability in the country. And we also have to do a better job. We, the Sierra Leonean people. So this particular issue where they go on, so now three parties they're responsible. The government will get the larger blame because now it gets all the power we need for make sure there's stability there. The opposition also, but let we talk to me now APC. Me now APC member. And I don't fight for APC so much. But at the end of the day, we have to do a little bit more. We have to say
let me
no. You don't know your time. You don't know your time, please. I just try for put things in the middle because when everybody in head warm, nobody know they way in head cold, now in the cause problem. So there must be somebody who get cool head, where go able to look at the two sides and try for calm at the middle. And hopefully, probably now they do right now. I don't put me partisan ship aside first because the way the country they go forward, I don't think say it will benefit me if I wear my APC codes or the other person wear in SLPP codes. Then would I get for listening to nobody? So it's very very important. We the diaspora, we are also responsible. Most of the instigation on social media, 90% of the instigation on social media, it come from the diaspora. We are better than that. We have to do better. A lot of people, the way they go and talk, say this sort of thing. When they say, let's take now Europe. When they say lockdown, nobody tell you say enough for go na your place. We they obey the laws of the country here where we live, but we they instigate with brothers and sisters back home for making them not obey the laws of the country. That is very bad. Not to show you they portray yourself as a role model, because the people of Sierra Leone then they look at we.
I don't agree with you.
No, Bami, you got for stop.
Yes, sir.
You got for stop, please.
Okay.
I mean, you don't need to agree with me. There are a lot of people who don't agree with me too. There are a lot of people who don't agree with what he talks to. So it is not that you have to agree with somebody. The only thing is somebody has to say something that you feel like what you say so is very, very important. So we listen to you, please. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. You understand? The diaspora be our responsibility too. Because 90% of the instigation they come up from the diaspora. And we are better than that. We live now in civilized societies. We live now advanced society. We see how people and they behave now. So if we want to try for use the best people get now for the betterment of that country, then we are no different from the people that were back home. That's my point at the time for. Now we go to Bashiru. After Bashiru, Ahmed. After Ahmed, we go back to Mr. Campbell. Bashiru, go ahead. You have 5 minutes. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Ahmed, can you go ahead? Go ahead. Bashiru, they wait.
I will wait, Mr. Kano. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. What in me want for the I will join Mankota a little bit on being in the middle as a patriot. First and foremost, Sierra Leone will get for shift from the time bomb. We did a situation of time bomb where
exactly.
If you don't carry small bit, trouble go in as alone. And the most appropriate thing for any country na peace. where peace in a country, no matter how the hardship, at least we get hope. Hope will there for everybody. A peaceful nation is a wealthy nation. But it feels like all the politicians are not left known. They're not really too mindful about the peace. They're not too mindful about knowing for saying if we get a peaceful nation, a successful nation. Because if that time bomb they actually allow for happen, that destruction.
Yep.
And the most vulnerable, you want the world to suffer most now people there. Right now, Sierra Leone, we get within the president address all the issues that they will bring nation, building our institutions, build with nation, the collective effort, the tactics them way for use. The only thing where I know I agree with the terrorists we talk about, of course, but they're all they're in line. Right now we face an international problem. This pandemic is the coronavirus, the COVID-19. Alone, now one whole war against African nations, and especially the Salon, where we all know say the attention where they do we know better much. We hate a factor, get to that standard for really take the problems the whole this pandemic they cause. So then, if we leaders them, the politicians, they really let the country, they let the people. The first thing we will really be concerned about right now for see how this pandemic not go affect we country and we people. Then the politics, we know that we country this politics here all the time now a politics of revenge, vengeance. Where one party come now for do vengeance to the other. Well, of course, we an episode, but of course, the level of the vengeance is kind of different. Sometimes the other party where they come, they do worse than the other ones and revenge. All them things they need collective effort for push the country before. We not say the politics go on, but then they make them become so acute, so dangerous that they know they think about the country, they know they think about the people, that the loss of power struggle. I have to rule. The posters alone and the papa them and the mama them because they belong on they left their personal property. And they are not to personal property in a nation. These people are forgetting that I'm talking to the politicians, man. Whether you're not extensive APT, DNS, or wherever you are. I accept people living. Sierra Leone is not your property. This is a nation that needs to be developed for posterity, for the future of the people. Who not can try to make this country national property. And when one government can call all the people there for rule this country the way they want no more. Where person talk, they begin call you name and all of these things. We just for die left this country for other people there. We are not think about that at all. We are just think about this power. When you don't get this power, you therefore get old, you need to die. You get this money, you die later. But you need to think about the people that will not get opportunity. When a nation of resources, Salon is a nation of resources when a rich country. We politicians, them, I don't care what party you belong to, then they come and make this country extend at them personal property. Where we don't think about the devil who don't get independent. They don't think about this nation when we don't get independent. Where are we? They not go ask themselves. But it don't happen.
You get that in 1 second, Mr. Ahmed Kanu.
Yes. It is obvious The religious leaders, they were in at the place. If Muslims and Christians, they're not able to come out and be bold. Let them talk to the leaders, they will go to do. They don't get staff leave a day. And the sycophants and the hypocrites, them who for no more you get what you get for them from somebody, they go make yourself a slave. You know, or make yourself a slave for what?
All right, thank you.
So this is what I have to say.
Let
us think about how this country has to be developed, nation building, and the other thing.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Ahmed Kanu. Thank you very much. Now we go to Bashiru. Bashiru, go ahead.
Hi. So I've been actually the right things and down as the different speakers them will speak. I think the biggest problem is alone. We were all very hypocrites. We all are big munafiki people. Okay, we need to tell the truth about things. I start first with Bami. Talk about Trifle Slam, President Bio. Talk about coat of arms. Actually, that national anthem is played on TV. It's not actually being played, physically being played when the president before the president talk. At TV, they play him. So it has nothing to do with him sitting down. When the president gives speech, his speech is sitting down. It has nothing to do with what he does for the national anthem. That makes no sense. But these are the blind, just way how we can just send away, semantic way for just blast people and for no reason. Okay, go look at the speech and find ways how which are wrong or not wrong. But we're going to begin pointing at national anthem just makes no sense. But again, it goes to this monarchy way where we just point fingers there by everything. The same thing happened to ABK, and as well as the key speech. If you do the national anthem, if you was sitting there giving the speech, he just, when the TV camera comes around, he just sit down and give the speech. Terrorism. Okay, I know a lot of people say this word was too much, was too big, or it was never supposed to be used. There's a difference between a spontaneous demonstration, right? People then feel certain way, regular people then feel certain way, and demonstrate because of which something happen specifically in an town or whatever, then demonstrate on those things, right? There's a difference when that particular incident, okay, it was planned and orchestrated from people that were not even in our community. It's a difference, okay, from a spontaneous thing and a planned demonstration. So trying to treat every demonstration, again, it's still on the government to have to prove to we say these words, they have evidence that it was planned. If it was planned, you can name it as terrorism, okay? And I go back to the saying about shooting people. Imagine, we all in America, imagine if you go try to form a police precinct. Imagine that. Imagine the type of force what the police they bring at you. Think about it. All of a sudden, in a salon, we say, no, the government not do that or do other things. Okay? Innocent civilian. Who's the innocent civilian? The guy will go bomb the police station now, the innocent civilian. Okay? We keep using this word that we just throw out there. Who's the innocent civilian? The prisoners that when they kill a prison officer are those the innocent civilians, and the ocean shed tears for them that killed innocent prison guards. The government is the ocean for the cry for them. They don't talk about them. They're not what they mentioned apart from the sexual. They're not what they mentioned. Okay, they kill an innocent prison guard. Okay, we talk about the words then ungovernable and stuff like all these other comments. If I go back after the talk, I go back and read. I look at through the statement. I don't remember any time in that statement there. Emmanuel specifically talk about Samura Kamara. We put Samura Kamara in specifically. So far as we never really measured Samura Kamara directly. So let's think about it. The same that God really bring that out. We bring that out Microsoft. We very well. Okay? Very well lost because I usually quote from Kalam that was modified. Okay?
If I try, you get 1.5 minutes.
They get every reason to argue, say that particular election day there's something about it. They have the movement that they should have challenged that and even come to whatever thing. But we all see very well retreat in things. Come to the one, I think, 2011, with the one against Madabio. 2012 or 11, that election. Madabio lost. Again, another issues with voters, with elections and overcounting and stuff like that. We all remember when the electoral commission had said to make the vote report outside. Okay? Same thing. Madabio accept that. We all know, I mean, we can be denied it, but there's still a part of APC, 2.5 years, almost 3 years now, that still believes this government is illegitimate.
30 more seconds.
It's still there. It's still in APC, right? So when you think about all these things that happen, one day you don't say the message. You talk about even Manabio. I don't care if that people Manabio for camp at Ebola. Waiting unless or any other APC leader, they actually refuse to watch this disease will get. We're not seeing it. The leadership from APC has not shown that they actually want peace. It believes that as long as destruction or this type can go on, they get a chance for the next election. That's all that matters to them. It's not like the country. What's best for the country?
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I know say a lot of people they want to say something. So what are they do? They go second round, but this second round now it is more like 2 minutes. Each person 2 minutes.
Okay.
They compress you 2 minutes. What you therefore say? Siam within 2 minutes, and would they go to the next person? Would they go to the next person? But before I start back to Mr. Kabu, I just want to make some things that are very, 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 very important for this broadcast. Like all what would they say? We all belong to political parties. Then, mean a staunch APC party member. I like my party, but if you listen to the APC party, if you talk to the APC party members, the leadership, forget about the young one, the leadership, they will understand what Naman Kota. They know say me an independent-minded somebody, and I know they compromise the country with anything, because I know how that's made me. We know the struggle, what we struggle. The people, the politicians, where they under, then they milk on chaos. Now, so then they do. Because when they divide what thing they happen, then get easy access, then get easy way, and then the thief would not pay attention what then they do. Because they focus on trying to fight each other. And then secondly, the diaspora bear responsibility. The opposition bear responsibility. The government bear the largest responsibility. If then three parties they not try for sit down and think, everybody just they say they blame the other person. It's not my problem. The other person is not your problem. Would they go to a situation where would they lose control? And imagine if we lose control during 1991 when we lost control. What happened? We all suffer. We people then suffer. Some of we not be innocent people them too. But what will happen? If I would give you the stories then the suffer, we will suffer during that one day, that make I not go ever allow for mere politics triumph the peacefulness of the country. Mr. Gabo, you get 2 minutes.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I want to register my sincere thanks to the speaker after Mr. Nankota. It's good that you try and of course you go into length explaining how it took most of these individuals and how they should understand what is terrorism and what is a demonstration by the people. I believe we are in America, as you mentioned. Now, just to mention one of the hypocrites, and which I am so surprised, and I didn't want to, just like to mention one of the hypocrites issues that Sierra Leoneans are dwelling in, which are no importance, is the same as this one as another hypocrite of the startings of the opponent. Give Caesar what is Caesar. He's the president of the country. We've seen in Africa, across the globe, across the world. You come as a president, you need 50 members of parliament, or 50 ministers or whatever. You decide to cut your government to 10, 14, 15. It's up to you. The sacking of the civil servants or the ministers or whoever, the appointees of the previous government,
shouldn't even be a topic. And if this is APC's number one excuse or their number one defense, I will tell them this is the weakest defense. I'm sorry, in fact, I as an ordinary man, just a citizen and a patriot, to dwell into it because it makes no sense. The man is the president. He put who he wants in his government, and it is mandated, it is constitutional. He can hire and fire. So if that is
you get 30 more seconds.
I'm sorry, but this is your weakest point. So I mean, also I hope this will never come again, and I don't want to dwell into it because it's too petty to dwell into, and it's more of hypocrisy than any other thing. Give Madabio the chance to rule the government and let him do what he has to do as the president. Then we hold him responsible if there's a problem. That's all.
Okay.
And as I say it, I'm a northerner. I live in New York. I'm Calbo from New York. I'm not APC. I'm not SLPP. But I have a government, and I have the responsibility to make sure that that government survives.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I just want to make something clear. What Mr. Kabo saying. The government of the day has a responsibility for SAC within EON cabinets. Within EON cabinets, whether it wants for appoint, whether it not wants for appoint. And maybe there is a little bit of differences between a cabinet and civil service. That's Nadine. And even at that, yes, like I said, when you look at the poverty in a alone and you compare that to the people that will specifically depend on some of their salaries than they, you can't cut their salaries than they, you are creating enmity. Especially when you do it in a nuclear way, everybody just gather people then say you sack, you fire. You cause problem at the country because they don't have anything else. Not a country where if I left this work, I will get another work and I get me fumble them. So now one of the mistakes the way Madabio do, yes, if we been do and Escoma do like I said, Escoma do but he do in a very, very methodological way where a lot of people they not be even detect say and Escoma be do them in the day. But when Madabio come, maybe not on Madabio specifically in cabinet, but he is the leader. Then just can't gather everybody, sack everybody, so the thing explode. Now let we go to Mr. Abdul again. You get 2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you, Makota. Well, like everybody say, let God, no pray, and the only country get let peace stay. You know, we go dice and slices, all man go and bring your own point, even you and Contamed will be so when I one day in the middle. That's fine. In any case, not the true, not the last. You carry some of what in the family, then big family, or any small family, or even friendship, or and we say no, if the true, they're not from the true, the thing will resolve. So food, you know, the bandage jambo, you know, Mr. Kabo talk about ministerial, appointment. Well, what about if Mr. Kabo will able to explain, he go face the man na Cambia na Cassidy, where if the MP will be elect, then pull him, but don't bring the matter in court, he respect the law. For past 2 years, they not call that case, and Sierra Leone, a small country, that boy go wonder why this case when the member of parliament pulled, na court, so why they pull me, they not call that case they show today. Now let's assume that historically, till the 5 years of Mr. Madabio, those cases are not called by the court. Don't you think the citizens will become frustrated and take the law into their own hands? Say something is happening here. Fast forward to the other thing. Whose first lady ever seen this for Sierra Leone? We get an office of ourselves, a budget from the taxpayers of Sierra Leone, and they make bellicose statements on the media telling people they're more who now agree with you know. So all those rhetoric, be bonfire things. So until Sierra Leoneans, like what Makota say, are willing and able publicly, is condemn APC for the wrong way they do, and condemn the government for which they do, and let it keep from side to the Navy, this country, Lord, continue for pray no more.
You get 30 seconds.
And then go stop by hand. So there is no wrong. Everybody get their own fault by us, you know. No one person all right. But put they say no more. As a leader who can make if you want president be there, and the truman will say the box stops with me. The president, the box stops with him. He is the commander-in-chief. Now he win, he has to be magnanimous. I thank you so much. And like what Bami say, those people will name indirectly.
All right. Your time is up, Mr. Abdul.
But he made a statement indirectly naming Samura and the SLPP leadership, APC leadership, indirectly.
Thank you very much. Now we go to Bami. Bami, go ahead. You get 2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you very much. And first and foremost, one of the things to look at, we all ask for peace. If you listen to, we talk about hypocritical behavior. We ask for peace, we not ask for equal rights. Even we don't hear that lyrics. If you don't get equal rights, like community and justice, you don't ever get peace. Number one. Number two, me on board Basiru, I just want to touch base with an say maybe I don't in America too long. You see, the presidency, not to the person, not the office. That office is very important. And when any president sits in that office, on that office, will make a national statement, the national anthem is always recognized. Even in this country, Bastille always speaks, so no one ever sit on a public place where the national anthems play. Then it's not possible. So now then see how we emulate and can go now we country back. That's number two. Then we talk, say, APC, they say SLPP illegitimate government. That is true, they have rights to say that. If they believe the election was rigged, but that doesn't mean say not to SLPP they have power. Even in this country, they took other people into court, say their elections were legitimate. It was not proper, but they went through the system. You understand? Then, Marco, I'm sorry, we'll talk about the lockdown. The reason I say I a little bit disagree with what they say. I understand where it comes from, but the European country, America, when they make lockdown, they make provisions, and people are able to move to function. When you look into how could you make lockdown with no provision for poor people there, Mankuta? That is where I was coming in. You understand what I'm saying? Now the idea, Randy, and also this lockdown stuff here, nobody will talk about them. The SLPP, the APC and the NGC leadership, they are so responsible for this. I'm telling you, nobody speak about it. If those people, the way people when they look up to speak for the parliament, if you give man carte blanche for state of emergency for 12 months. What do you want him to do? He's using it any way he wants. You understand? So when we try for talking, nobody is hypocrite. And the other brother talk about shooting, not sign all day. Now America, with that behavior, they happen at Sierra Leone go happen. So there is no need to go shoot.
You get 30 more seconds.
On no police station. When will they make the example? Let's look at the situation where they talk about. We all want peace, but let's stop talk about peace. Let's talk about equal rights. Let's talk about justice. When justice is prevailed, you get peace. And second of all, how can an Eskoroma step into the governance of today? That man is in his own, APC is in their own corner. SLPP, they rule. Let SLPP rule this country and embrace the people of the country. Before I go, there was a peace talk with SLPP in September 19, around those times, last year. Did the president of the day make a follow-up? His Excellency was there. You have to sustain certain discussion.
Time is up.
The way you get.
Time is up. Thank you very much. Before I go to Ahmed Kanu, I just want to make two clear. Bashiru na I know say no go want for make us say na about this na.
No problem.
Yeah, Bashiru na a military man na this country. So you know exactly what he talk about. So na military person. He didn't at the army. He didn't at the military. I don't know who's wing way there, but I know say na military man na this person. So you know what they talk about. And secondly, I just want for make we know say every country gets a scale where they measure them. Now somebody where they where they na American and they think say when they make a lockdown as alone, the government for provide everything like what they provide for winner. You know say
no, not to everything. Not to everything.
Hold on. You know say it's not possible because you measure, you try for compare waiting with the get now with and say lockdown to what in Sierra Leone they're supposed to do a country where now about 70% maybe even more jobless. So yeah, that's just not make a way and call. So now we go to Mr. Ahmed Kanu. Ahmed Kanu, go ahead.
Okay, Manko.
You get 2 minutes, Ahmed Kanu.
What do we get for say? First and foremost, we don't want alone forget anarchy. And that is where person demonstrate or anything like that, then they go begin to shoot right away. That country there is easy like that and they begin. Now the time bomb why they talk for do no one. Please let us not even talk for that. No matter how one let the country get away from lawlessness, not away person demonstrate or mistake do something because we all get kept out, we all can go mad, then they go shoot you for that. What if they shoot you, he run into the same party, or maybe come on America, join Democrat, then he goes to say, you want to demonstrate for showing rights, civil rights, and then go shoot them. So now not even talk about that. It's possible. And then we therefore increase tolerance, civil rights and human rights, the tolerance, therefore they, and therefore they are the nation building, therefore be an element of nation building. Then the terrorism thing, let us not pay to any political party. If a political party influence any uproar, let us not term them as terrorism. That's what they do heavy for we. So we lead us there. If we talk President Madabio, let we talk about uproar and how to find some tactical way of eliminating the uproar. That is by collective governance and consultation. And let the law take in cause. Let it talk really law take in cause very genuinely. Let them do one.
Yeah, you get 30 seconds.
Anything was there, they cause corruption, they cause confusion. Once there is truth and fairness. Now that's mortal man wants. The next step, the rogues, them, the corrupt people, as soon as you bring truth to them, they broke them down. Because the truth is God. The truth is humanity. As soon as you tell us the truth, they let you lie like a fish. They broke them down. So that's all I have to say for today.
Thank you very much. Now we go to Bashiru. Bashiru, go ahead. You get 2 minutes.
Abu. So for me, when it comes to these two parties, I really not care too much for both of them. Okay, but waiting, like Bamivia say, a lot of these things there you need justice, you need freedom, and all this stuff. For making you resolve most of them things there, we have to go back and speak the truth to them first. Okay, we have to go back and point finger to what's the problems in there. The reason why the problem I get with a lot of APC supporters then, okay, it's somehow all the problems they had just started in these past 2.5 years with the Cancer power. Okay, like I said, the problem with the delay of the court cases. That's been something that happened as long from Sheikh Stephen time, when the court they decide which case they want to read based on political grounds. Right? We had on all this convention we get, we will never forget the institution itself, which is the court system. I can't just talk about fair court system. If the court system is fair, it will never get case for fair because they don't trust that. Today, everybody that is forum right now, you ask them individually, do you trust the court system that will be fair? And on every case, we know say the answer will be no. Because with court system, just like with police, right, they are corrupt. When these same judges there, 90% of them, they be there doing APC time. But I bet you, most of them, the things that they decide on has changed since APC got their power. Okay? Because they're not doing, their judgment is not based on actual things that they believe in. It's based on how they play the politics for they in favor. So this has been a problem, but if we won't stop them problems there,
30 more seconds.
And not just say, oh, look at this case in Cambia, look at this case. If we start that, point by case by every district in the country, okay? Purging after every new regime. It's happened every new regime. Okay? We need a government where they can. The first one will stop that. Just stop. Not do them. And start to fix them. But you need to go say you go replace everybody will be on fire. Because as much as APC they want to play this down, a lot of people from the north, from the east and the south were fired during the BKA regime. A lot got fired.
All right. Thank you very much. My last statements where I want to say before we we go, we don't spend considerable amount of time on this topic, and I hope say we viewers and we listeners then go benefit from what we talk. So probably some of them we don't know something. But before I go, I want for make sure say I go back to Tommy. Let me read back for people that will join me later. Tommy, I been talk about Madabio in speech where he talks say he not been wait for make them call am for come for for come join the Ebola efforts nas alone. And I tell and say that might be a mistake because at the end of the day we know say Ebola when the Ebola come Nesby Koroma actually called Madabio for make it come and he do it in a political way and I not hide them. But people like Tommy, they not be no say something like that's happened. So Tommy, something like that's happened. Just ask your president. Then he become sincere. That's all I'm saying. Okay, it's happened. We know. We know say it be happen actually. Yes, we do. During the time of uncertainty, we will be really been afraid. Can the Yumkela for making not clinch the nominee. Now the SLPP, so we do yes, indeed we do Now let me just complete by saying I want to thank you all for the different opinions. This now make the TPN unique because we get diverse opinions. Then we respect all their opinions. Then somebody can come and say what you want to say as long as you not cause somebody, not tell somebody bad word. But now in your opinion, we always respect that opinion. They as soon as all hear it, and see how they do media they do. Now the reason this way, it's still unique. The TPN is still unique because now this program, as you say, both SLPP, APC, NGC, and other political party, ADP, then they feel comfortable when they come for sit down for talk to we because I know say we are always open to make sure say we they get a dialogue. So thank you very much. I want to thank all the commentators there. I also want to thank Bashiru for coming and can give your opinion. Mr. Abdul, thank you very much. Ahmed Kano, thank you very much. Bami and Mr. Agbu, una the people that win at the foundation of this media, and we reach a time when una candid opinion is much more important now because the way we see we country they go now is a place where now on certain territory where we don't know what thing get for happen. And now we get for put we patriotic cap and make sure say we not repeat the mistakes that will be repeated. I remember some of the things that we people that been do against we own generation when bad thing been they go to the country, a lot of them and say let them try them. Now the politicians them now then they eat, now then they drink, now then they check. So we not get no business there. There not be no say when a politician messed up, would they get the fever now you way now the ordinary people them. And they ignore, at the end of the day, what happen? When war come, most of them politicians and then get money, then get the opportunity. Some of them then fled. Then go to their own different countries, then for go seek asylums. Would that die? Mostly, now people then way, now ordinary people, they would not get nothing. Nothing, absolutely. So we don't want to repeat that kind of mistakes. And if we see people that they instigate, we have to say the truth. Because only the truth now will make things calm down. I thank you very much again. May God bless you now.
Mr. Mankota, can I ask you a question?
Quickly.
Please. We have members of parliament in the country and representatives then in the various constituencies. And one of their functions is to make sure that they gather information and impact the right thing, what the government gives them, and they report to the government. What are they doing when these problems is happening in the north and Lonsar, Tombo? Are there no members of parliament? Are they not representing the people? The people don't consolidate them.
Well, Mr. Gabo, now a very good question, but now the wrong person you ask because me not a member of parliament. I know what the members of parliament they do.
For next time. I just want to know their role.
You know, say when they say Nasalo, when they say member of parliament, now for go sit down and eat money.
My brother, I know it's you.
Yeah, so it's very, very difficult for me to answer that question there. Now for giving money, now go run Nayoni or Namaboka. So I go answer the question. All right, guys. As I see you back next week, the same time, the same place, and thank you all for una efforts for make sure say una impart una knowledge and candid opinion na this forum here for let people then know. Thank you very much. God bless.